Many people assume that aging is about preparing for death, that once you reach a certain age, your thoughts naturally turn toward the end. That fear becomes sharper. That goodbye is what occupies your mind. But if you sit long enough with older Americans, if you listen without interrupting, you'll hear something very different. They're not afraid of dying. What they're afraid of is everything that comes before it. They're afraid of the slow narrowing of life, of waking up one day and realizing that choices are no longer theirs to make, of still being alive, but no longer fully in charge of that life. This is not something most seniors say out loud, not to their children, not to their doctors, sometimes not even to themselves, because it sounds ungrateful. It sounds weak. It sounds like complaining in a world that keeps telling them they should feel lucky just to still be here. But the fear is real, and it's quiet. For many older people, death doesn't feel dramatic. It feels simple, an ending, a closing door, a release from a body that no longer behaves the way it once did. What frightens them more is the long stretch before that moment. Living long enough to lose control. Losing the right to decide when to wake up, what to eat, where to go, who to listen to. Losing the ability to say no and have that word respected. There was a time when their voice mattered, when decisions paused until they spoke, when people waited for their answer. And then, slowly, that changes. Not all at once, not cruelly, just gradually. A suggestion becomes a recommendation. A recommendation becomes a plan, and the plan happens whether they agree or not. They don't always protest. Sometimes they can't find the energy. Sometimes they don't want to seem difficult. But inside, something tightens. Because what's being lost isn't just independence. It's identity. One fear comes up again and again when older people speak honestly. Not pain, not illness, but becoming a burden. Needing help to eat, to bathe, to remember names that once came easily, depending on others for things they used to do without thinking, and watching the faces of the people they love, watching them stay patient, watching them stay polite, watching them say, "It's okay," even when they're tired. No one has to say it out loud for it to be felt. The shift in tone, the shorter answers, the careful sighs, and the older person begins to measure themselves. How much help is too much? How many requests before I'm a problem? How often can I call before I become an interruption? So they start holding things back. They endure pain a little longer. They pretend they remember when they don't. They tell themselves they'll manage, even when they can't. Not because they don't need help, but because they don't want to cost love. For many seniors, there is a specific moment that changes everything. Not a diagnosis, not a fall, but the first time someone else starts deciding for them where they should live, what they should eat, what medication they should take. It often begins gently. "We just want what's best for you. This is easier. Trust us." And the intention is real. The care is real, but so is the loss. Because suddenly, life feels managed. Appointments appear on the calendar without discussion. Choices are framed as necessities. Options quietly disappear. And the senior realizes something painful. Their life no longer belongs entirely to them. They are being protected, but also contained. Loneliness is not always empty rooms. Sometimes it's sitting at a table full of people and realizing no one is really listening anymore. Your stories are met with smiles, not questions. Your opinions are acknowledged, not applied. Conversations move faster than you can follow. Decisions are made in another room. You're included, but not essential. And that kind of loneliness is harder to explain, because from the outside, everything